If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again, and welcome to episode number 1 of the brand new, live, down here in the bottom corner, Facecam career mode here on FIFA 16. We're starting with West Ham. They were the side that won the vote. Thank you for the incredible support on the notification video I put up, letting you guys know that things were changing here on the Chesnoid Gaming channel. This is going to be the main series on the channel, and then the My Player will continue, and hopefully we can push forward from here. Fingers crossed you guys really enjoy this West Ham career mode with Facecam recorded live. It's something I've not done before. I'm kind of taking my streaming experiences and trying to put them into better YouTube content. So this is going to be an opening episode, and we'll show you the squad and where we think we can improve, and I'm really going to need your guys' transfer suggestions in the comment section down below, so make sure you smash the thumbs up button if you enjoy the episode. Maybe we could hit 2,000 likes for this first ever live Facecam career mode. That would be fantastic, and obviously subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already, to make sure you don't miss out on any further episodes of this series. This series is going to come to you every single day at 4 PM GMT. That's 4 PM in the UK, and the My Player will continue as per it usually does. If you want to know what and when I upload the My Player and this West Ham career mode, then there's a schedule in the description of the video and on the About tab of the channel page, which has now been updated to show the changes we've made. So let's jump straight in, shall we? Waffling on for too much already. Let's jump in. We actually have around about £21.5 million to spend here at West Ham. They made a couple of really good signings of their own in the summer transfer window, and we might need to actually add to that with a couple of our own. I'll go through the squad and I'll show you my thoughts on where I think the side needs improving and where I think we're pretty okay for now. But we've got a decent amount of money to spend as things stand. 21.5 million is a decent budget. I could have used the 60% boost, but I didn't think we needed to, considering this series is hopefully going to be 3, 4, maybe even 5 seasons long, and we don't want to bring loads of people in immediately and then not really have too much to do in the following transfer window. So we've got plenty of money to spend. When it comes to our objectives for this season, this is our pre-season tournament group. We're in with Maritimo, Madeira and Bordeaux, so hopefully we can get through in that. The prize pool is £5.4 million total should we win the pre-season tournament, so fingers crossed we can do that. That'll give us around about £26 million, £27 million to spend in the transfer window. They only want us to reach the round of 16 in either of the cups, Capital One Cup or the FA Cup, and the league objective is quite reserved actually. They want us to just finish mid-table, so anywhere say from 8th to 14th they'd be quite happy with. But let me know in the comment section down below, do you think we will be able to push for Europa League football this first season? In real life, West Ham got knocked out in the qualifiers for the Europa League, so weren't involved in the group stage. By default, it did add me into the group stage in the Europa League, but for realism, West Ham weren't involved, so I've taken us out and I've put in. It only lets you, unfortunately, only lets you add in another side from the same country, the same division. So we had Southampton, ourselves, Tottenham and Liverpool were in the group stage, and Southampton didn't qualify for the group stage either. They got knocked out in the qualifiers. But I swapped West Ham out for Everton. Everton are a side that normally are in the Europa League, so I added them in my place. So we're only involved European terms with this pre-season tournament. Other than that, it's just the main 3 tournaments or competitions in England that we're involved in: the Barclays Premier League, the FA Cup and the Capital One Cup. So we'll have a look at the squad. I've already laid out right now what my starting 11 would be. We're playing a 4-2-3-1. Going to go with Enner Valencia leading the line up top, with Dimitri Payet at cam, Michail Antonio, new signing from Nottingham Forest, on the left hand side, with Lanzini on the right hand side. Can play at cam as well, but 4-star skills, decent pace. Hopefully he'll be pretty good as a right-sided midfielder. We got Alex Song at CDM alongside captain Mark Noble. I couldn't have a starting 11 without Mark Noble at West Ham. Winston Reid is in at centre-back alongside new signing Ogbonna. Aaron Cresswell at left-back, and another loanee, Alex Song and Carl Jenkinson are both in on loan. So Carl Jenkinson at right back is also a loanee. Then we've got Adrian in between the sticks. On the bench, we've got Zarate and Andy Cowell as potential strikers. Moses is also on loan. There are a handful of loanees brought into the club this season, but we'll use them and then we'll look to replace them next season. But as you can see, we've also got Kouyaté and another new signing, Pedro Obiang, on the bench, as well as James Tompkins for some defensive cover. He too can play at right back, I believe. By default, he was actually in the squad at right back, but I swapped him out for Carl Jenkinson. And then there are quite a few youngsters at the squad as well. Really intrigued to see how Reece Oxford does in this series. He's got quite the hype around him in real life, and I know West Ham fans are really positive about his future at the club, so we'll see what he can do this season. We've also got experienced heads like James Collins and then more youngsters like Henry, etc. And they brought in Nikita Jelavic in real life, but I don't think I'm going to use him. So we'll have just a quick look at the squad report so you can see what depth we've got in numbers. That was effectively what my starting lineup is going to be as we stand right now. I'm going to be in the way of those stats. So if I move myself here, then we can continue on, and I won't be in the way of any of the stats in the bottom of the screen. So we're going to have Adrian as our main goalkeeper. Darren Randolph is back up. I may contemplate selling him, although he has recently arrived, so we would have to wait until at least January to sell him on. Raphael Spiegel is also in the club. He'll definitely go out on loan. His contract is expiring in 12 months. Not sure whether I'll offer him a new one. We'll have to wait and see how he grows out on loan. Cole Jenkinson is going to be my number one right back, as we've said. Joey O'Brien is back up, but he's 29 years old. He's only 69 rated. His contract expires in 12 months. I may sell him on. I may be tempted to sell him on. Kyle Noyle will go out on loan, presumably as well. I won't replace Joey O'Brien or sell him until I've gotten a replacement in, because obviously we're going to need at least 2 right backs at the club for rotation purposes. When it comes to centre backs, we have plenty of options. Winston Reid and Angelo Ogbonna are going to be on my main starting two, both 79 rated. Look like absolute beasts at the heart of the West Ham defence. James Tompkins is actually better than I thought he was. Individual stat-wise, I didn't think he was that good, but judging by those stats, he could be quite a good player for us. Leo Chambers will go out on loan, same with Daniel Henry. James Collins, I don't know whether to sell him or not. Again, I'll judge your reaction in the comment section as to whether we should sell James Collins and replace him. Reece Burke is already out on loan at Bradford. Josh Pask is already out on loan at Dagenham and Redbridge. When it comes to left backs, Lewis Page is on loan at my hometown club, Cambridge United. We have Stephen Hendry here as well, who's 20 years of age. May send him out on loan, may just use him as a backup. He's 61 rated though, so I might send him out on loan and maybe look to bring in another left back, maybe a loanee left back, because we maybe want to improve in other positions first. Aaron Cresswell though is definitely going to be my number one left back, and hopefully he can grow quite well in this season. And when it comes to holding midfield, the 2 centre mids we have, we've started with Alex Song and Mark Noble. Alex Song obviously on loan from Barcelona right now. I'm not sure whether that's a 2-year loan or not. You will have to let me know in the comment section. I believe it's just a 1-year loan, but it may be a 1-year loan, was a 2-year loan, and he's got 1 year left on the 2-year loan. I'm not entirely too sure. Kouyaté will be a very good player for us as well. Hopefully he can be a good squad player. He can play at centre-back or at centre-mid, so he'll be very, very useful. Reece Oxford we will send out on loan to get him some first-team experience, showing great potential apparently, and fingers crossed he can grow quite well in this series as a whole. Diego Poyet, obviously Gustavo Poyet's son, I believe. He might be nephew. I'm not sure. I think it's son though. And he's currently out on loan at Charlton, but he could grow quite well as well. Martin Samuelson is currently out on loan. He's a young right-sided midfielder, actually doing quite well at Peterborough in real life. Other central midfielders we have at the club are obviously Mark Noble, who's 28. Hopefully we might get a little bit of growth out of him before he starts to decline. Pedro Obiang is going to be fantastic as well, and Josh Cullen can go out on loan. So I think when it comes to centre mids, with Alex Song, Kouyaté, maybe even and Mark Noble and Pedro Obiang, I may even, it depends, we might be able to keep Reece Oxford at the club and give him some first team football. We'll have to wait and see. But, I mean, we could send him out on loan, and then if we get an injury, we could just recall him, I suppose, couldn't we? So we have 4 first team centre mids as things stand. When it comes to the left-hand side of midfield, or either flank really, Michael Antonio is going to be my starting player on the left. Victor Moses obviously can play on either side as well, so he's going to be probably very important for us this season in all competitions. Oscar Borg will go out on loan. Matt Jarvis is currently out on loan, but we could recall him maybe. He's on loan at Norwich. We might be able to bring him back if you guys feel that necessary. If not, we could leave him out on loan and maybe bring in a new winger. We will be using Manuel Lanzini out on the right-hand side initially to start off with, but he could play as a rotation cam for Dimitri Payet, so perhaps we should look for a winger. Maybe that should be the first port of call for our transfer window. When it comes to the strikers, we have plenty. Enner Valencia is going to be my starting striker, but Mauro Zarate is just as good, and another extremely strong player. Andy Carroll is physically strong and got decent finishing. You'd perhaps have to play a certain type of football if you were going to play Andy Carroll, but he hopefully will be a good player for us. Fingers crossed he doesn't get injured too much. He has in real life just gotten injured and is out for another 6 weeks or so, I believe. I think that happened a couple of days ago. Luka Belic will go out on loan. Same with Parfit Williams and Elliot Lee. Jafra Sacco is... I don't know what to do with Jafra Sacco. Nikita Jelavic is a new signing from Hull City for 2.6 million, but he's probably not going to play much football for me at all. It will be genuinely only if someone gets injured or suspended, because Enner Valencia, Zarate, Carroll, Sacco, that's 4 first-team strikers for one spot that is available in the first team. So it's going to be really difficult to keep everybody happy. Zarate can play at centre-forward, so we could play him at cam as well, but we'll have to wait and see. He would be pretty good at cam, actually, with decent ball control and dribbling. What are his long shots? 80 long shots as well, so he could be quite useful at cam. But Belic, Parfit Williams and Lee will definitely get sent out on loan. Jafra Sacco, I don't know whether to keep or sell. I know he's quite popular with the West Ham fans. When he first arrived, he went on a real hot goal-scoring streak. Hasn't scored that much recently, but I don't know whether he's been injured a little bit or not. You West Ham fans in the chat will have to let me know. But that's the state of the squad as is. It's a pretty strong squad already. It doesn't need too much tweaking in this first season, but we could look to perhaps bring in a new winger and maybe tweak it slightly by selling on a couple of other players. Maybe we could invest heavily in youth staff and youth scouts. We'll have to wait and see. I could as well, if you think that it could be useful, get the Scout Future Star option as well. So that's something that we could do for future in the next episode tomorrow. Or Monday, because obviously this is coming to you every single day now at 4 PM. So you guys know when to check your sub boxes. But let me know who I should train as well. We have the training option, of course. There are plenty of players that we could train and try and improve their individual stats. Maybe players like Aaron Cresswell that are, say, 73 rated but have the potential to grow a little bit higher. But it's a really good squad here at West Ham already. I think we should be aiming top 10. Even with the squad that we've got currently, I think we should be aiming top 10. So we might be able to sneak into the Europa League for the second season. Let me know in the comment section how you think we'll get on in this first year. We are playing on world class. Let me know who I should sign or what positions we should look to strengthen in, and then maybe we could take it a step further and try and fill that particular role with some more suggestions. But for now, for an episode number 1, that's going to bring us to a close. Thank you very much for watching. We'll play all 3 of the initial group stage friendly games tomorrow, and maybe have a look at some transfer suggestions as well. But for now, that's going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you so much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Again, if we could hit 2,000, that would be absolutely superb. Hopefully you are extremely excited for this West Ham career mode, because I am super hyped to get going as well. So I'm really looking forward to recording some more. So let me know some transfer suggestions so we can get jumping straight into the transfer window and improve as best we can. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.